So this is what I wish I would have known before I became a father in like 2026. So thing number one, had I known what the impact that the woman that you one marry and two have kids with, hopefully it's the same person, will have the biggest impact of your life, without a doubt. Because the amount of power that can hold over you mentally can drive you insane. For example, I know somebody's situation right now. If you impregnate a girl and she is on some crazy mess, like putting you on child support, she's saying she need this, she need that, whatever you trying to provide is not enough. That right there can be the pinnacle that separates you from being able to build any type of wealth. And when you deal with women like that, it says a lot about decision making on both parts. But it's really just important to know what you put in your wee wee inside of, because having a child by somebody that you don't like or you don't know, or you know what I'm saying, it's just built off of a unsolid foundation, then that's when you end up in situations you can't get out of. Um, I know there's people out there right now dealing with crazy baby mamas, especially when comes to like the co-parenting side of like having kids, because co-parenting is effective when need to be, but it should not be normalized. Firm believer, mama, daddy, same house, building some type of legacy foundation, whatever is needed to take you to that next step. But when you build homes and break them and separate, and then you build new homes with other people, that has a big effect on the children and how they perceive life and relationships and the likelihood of continuing that chain. So it's important that you're mindful of what you're doing, and if you're doing something you're not supposed to be doing, stay protected. um Thing number two, yeah, I thought I was gonna need a lot more money than I did. I'm on the internet. I'm reading stuff saying children gonna cost on average $100,000. I'm like Reddit. I'm reading these Reddit posts like, man, like what do I even do? And so the thing that I come to terms with is, one, you have to get all the resources you can, family, friends. When I want to say, well, friends, because it takes people to build a village. You really start to, like, it really kind of shows the value in relationships, because keeping good relationships with people, friends and family included, will have a big impact on how your village is kind of set up and how you build your life. Because when you have kids, one, your life is no longer important. It's all about them. And not in the sense of you don't care about yourself, but as the adult, you have a priority to make sure that this child is in a good situation and they have what they need and they can live a good life and prepare them for adulthood, because children are only children for so long, but you're an adult way longer than your child. So, you know, make sure you teach them the things that they need to learn, and don't rely on the government to teach your children, because when you do that, they'll be thinking all type of things. And you want to teach them the truth. You want to teach them things that are actually applicable in life. As somebody that's lived through life, you have a better idea of what to look out for and what directions to make sure that they're in. um I know a lot of people, when they talk to me about like being a dad and like how is it, I mean, it's a new journey every day. You got to learn to stay calm in certain situations, keep your anger down, your ego down, and then realize you're the adult, and you can't let a 3, 4, 5 year old take you out your element. And sometimes it'll get like that. especially when you know that they know the right thing to do, but they do the opposite. You'll deal with a lot of that. And so raising a child is so much easier with another person. Like, million percent, million percent. You can, you can do you can be a weekend dad. I'm not saying that's the best route. It's better than nothing. But weekend dads are cool, but it's not good long term, because if your partner, significant other, baby mama, whatever, is taking the weight and bulk of the child, and she only gets the weekends to herself, it's a little unfair. It's good for you because you might be free during the week, get the kids during the weekend, drop them off at mama house, and then go do your thing. And so for her, it's a little different. She got to go to work and take care of X amount of kids. Make sure they feet fed, sleep, go to bed. You know what I'm saying? Breakfast, get them ready for school, shower, bathe, all that. Like, while you chilling, feel me? And so it takes a real like man decision to like own up. Like, all right, I'm going to step up and be more proactive with my role of being a dad, and stepping up, making that like commitment. She gonna see it and she gonna fuck with it. But you have to be, yeah, put your ego aside, put your pride aside. Like, yo, I'm gonna take the step, be proactive in my child's life, and do the things that to take the weight off of her, but also just show your responsibility. Yeah. But money, nah, don't worry. It's not as expensive as you think. Like, there are all type of resources, programs. They just be giving stuff, especially families. You got a good family, they just give you stuff, diapers, clothes. Yeah, if you have a good system and such. But the government will give you stuff too. Use the government for everything they'll give you. Million percent. So yeah, these are the things that I would um do as a young father. 2026. Next video I do more on like marriage and how that works and what I'm doing with that, and just kind of giving a good breakdown for that. But that's my yap session.